Welcome back to day 7 of our walk through Genesis 1 through 11. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's where we've been focused initially. And we saw that yesterday, we saw that God is the creator. He is the all-powerful creator. Everything came into being through him. And also I hinted at this idea that he maintains, he claims all rights. In the famous words of Abraham Kuyper, Dutch theologian, there's not a single solitary inch anywhere in the universe about which Jesus does not claim mine. God maintains all rights on what he created. That includes you and me. So if we're walking through Genesis chapter 1, what we see is that there's a pattern that develops around creation. And we got God speaking, and then an activity happening, and then God declares that what he created is good. And so this is going to go on up until, it's going to go on several days, up until we get the creation of humankind. And at that point, the pattern is broken because God declares that it was very good. Now, there's just so very little room to move without bumping into big, important, huge, expanding topics. We could spend time here on the idea that what God created was good. And I would, if we're going to spend a lot of time here, one of the things I would certainly want to drive home is the idea that the physical world is good. So it's Plato, it's the Greeks that try and drive home this idea of the division between the sacred and the secular, between the spiritual and the physical. And the idea is that the spiritual is good and the physical is bad. That's not a biblical idea. God claims everything. Every aspect of who we are, we're going to see in Genesis 3, every aspect of who we are has been damaged by sin. We're damaged spiritually, we're damaged intellectually, we're damaged physically, emotionally, right? Their sin is running through us. It's not that we're as bad as we can be, but sin has affected every aspect of us, including physical. But it's not like the physical is bad because of that, and the spiritual is good. The spiritual has also been affected by evil. We could talk about various theories about how to integrate science and the Bible, science and faith, whatever, science and scripture, however you wanted to divine that, to decide that. And then there's all the typical inflection points in which flare points in which these things come up, such as the age of the universe or the age of the earth. There's some that would read the Bible, not me, but some would read the Bible and say this claims that the Bible is, 10, 15, 20,000 years old, but not older. There's others that read it and say, well, look, there's a gap between in the early chapters, and so we call this the gap theory, and we don't know how long there was between various things happening, but we've got a gap that could account for any amount of time. We've got the day age theory of creation, that it's not that the creative days were not 24-hour periods, couldn't be initially because there's no sun, so there can be no day or night. Right? You've got people that are going to argue for sort of a theistic evolution kind of approach. You've got all these different theories. We could look at the idea, which I think is an important one to note, of the fact that science doesn't really have a lot of options when it comes to trying to explain the world. And so theory doesn't have to be good, it just has to be better than its competition. You quite famously have Francis Crick, one of the co-founders of, or one of the winners of the Nobel Prize for the double helix, claiming that life on Earth had to be seeded from outer space, from another planet. Argument time of Crick was that the Earth was 4 to 5 billion years old. The universe was 17 to 20 billion years old. I mean, the nature of science, you continue to revise your theory and your ideas based on new information. But Crick said there's no way that evolution could take place in a small amount of time, but you get it fiercely defended because really you've only got a couple options here. I mean, there is a creator, or you have to have some sort of generation of life. And Darwin's theory is the one that obviously goes forward there. So, look, I'll say this: some people lose sleep over this, not me. If you do, one of the best things that I did was to have some long, and spend a lot of time studying this topic, and then to have some long conversations with people who were atheists who did not believe in creation at all. And some of these professors when I was a college pastor, and had a friend who's a good guy, friendly guy, thought I was a complete idiot because I believed in God. We had some long conversations, and I came away understanding how much faith it takes to believe in things other than God as the creator. So, look, we can and should notice all kinds of things here in Genesis 1 and 2. Special attention is being given to earth. God creates the heavens and the earth. So the heavens and all, there's whatever the estimate is. I can't keep up with how many estimates there are now that we've got these, satellite telescopes giving us new glimpses into deeper parts of the solar system and the galaxies in the universe. That it's trillions upon trillions, and I can't comprehend it. But the Bible is talking about the fact that on this planet, God placed those that He made in His image, and everything is sort of growing out of that starting. Have a good day.